Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Pennsylvania Junior Bowlers Tour live on YouTube. We are here at 222 Dutch Lanes for Major number 7, Super Bowl Major. I'd like to thank you for joining us as Brittany tries to figure out how she's going to put this thing on her head.
That's better.
There she is.
Felt like I had to be like this.
That's not a bad thing.
I had no room.
For those of you that don't know, that haven't been listening to me for the past month, this was the tournament where we crossed the $1 million in scholarship earnings giveaway. So we gave away, we're going to give away close to $5,000 today by the time it's all said and done.
That's some big money.
And I get none of it.
No whammies.
Are you getting any of this? Are you ready, Matthew?
Now it's back to green.
The number 4 seed is Jean Blair. Our number 3 seed is Anthony Nyer. Our number 2 seed is Tom Hankey. And our tournament leader at plus 123 for 9 games today, Mr. Michael Martell. Let's have a nice hand for our 6 scratch finalists. Our handicap finalists, our number 6 seed today is Jonathan Polison. Number 5 seed is Sarah Fenical.
Okay, my friends out in YouTube land, even though we are connected to Ethernet today, we are having problems with the stream. I'm sure it's due to the weather. So I am recording this. If it's very bad tonight when I get home, when I'm watching Law & Order SUV, I will re-upload this.
How do I say it?
Jones.
That's it.
Oh, I was almost right.
Let's have a nice hand for our 6 handicap finalists.
All right, so as always on Super Bowl Sunday, we do an NFL bracket type finals.
Matches you will see as they begin practice. It is an NFL bracket for
I believe I just said that.
3 is bowling 6 as far as the seeding, and 4 is bowling 5. You'll see it on the same pair of lanes. 3-6 is your top match across the top, and 4-5 will be the names on the bottom. The winners of these matches will advance to take on our number 1 and 2 seeds, who have a bye through the first round. The second round will be similar to this first round, and the winners of those 2 semifinal matches will bowl each other 1 game for the title. As with all of our majors, the gold special pins are in for the finals today.
Are you looking at my new subscribers?
Oh, is that what's happening?
That's what's happening. That was Aaron Heckman that subscribed and somebody by the name of Lee Enk. Thank you,
yes.
Matthew. All right. Boy, that was scary. He just came really close to the camera. All right. In the scratch division, your top seed was Michael Martell at plus 123. By the way, the pattern today was extremely difficult.
It looked like it.
Definitely the hardest pattern we've had here all year. But of course, when we give away a lot of money, the pattern's going to be difficult. The number 2 seed, Tom Hankey, at plus 45. They receive buys in round 1.
With side pots today, we will give away over $4,000 in scholarship.
The 3 seed is Anthony Nyer at plus 37. The 4 seed is Jean Blair at plus 31. The 5 seed is Brian Kennedy. In the handicap division, your top seed is Raymond Joe at plus 153. Number 2 seed, Morgan Klein at plus 94. They receive the buys. Your 3 seed, Zachary Molinowski at plus 51. 4 seed, the little diva, Bethany Jakewith at plus 18. Sarah Fenical, your number 5 seed at -71, and your 6th and final seed, Jonathan Paulison, at -100. Zachary will be bowling Jonathan. Zachary will be getting 46 pins, and Bethany will be facing Sarah. Bethany will be getting 54 pins. So that is our top 6. We did pay today 20 in the scratch division and 12, was it?
Yes, it was 12,
division.
yes.
Yes, so we had a lot more scratch bowlers today than we did handicap. So, Brittany, I know you were out watching the bowling a little bit today. What did you kind of see out there?
Well, I saw definitely the characteristics of a pretty flat pattern. What are you giggling about? Oh. You know, the typical of a flat pattern, you miss left, you're either going to, if you're right-handed, you miss left, you're either going to barely hit the head pin or you're going to miss it totally. And if you miss wide, you're going to pick 3 off the right. I definitely saw that today a few times. There was some kids that were playing different angles. I saw a lot of kids, you know, playing inside the whole time, or there was a good handful of players playing straighter with like urethane or
those were
something.
The ones that seemed to score better.
Yes.
At least on the scratch side.
You know, sometimes straighter is greater. The old
Usually
saying.
Now, this was technically not a short pattern. At 38 feet, it is technically a medium pattern.
Yes.
But it kind of played the characteristics of a short pattern.
Well, it does kind of have a cliff right here, doesn't it, on the outside?
There is a little bit of a cliff, yes. I wonder how you would do on this pattern. You being
Probably not very well.
Nah. I would say that maybe not very well 2 years ago, but your straighter game has come a long way in 2 years.
It's better than, much better than it has been.
That is true. Now we got to teach your brother how to do that before he goes to junior gold. Wherever he is. We'll be working on that as soon as his college season is over. Maybe you and I.
Polison getting 35 pins, our 3-6 match. In our 4-5 match, we have Bethany Jakewith getting 82 pins, taking on Sarah Fenical getting 28 pins. All right, bowling fans, let's have a nice hand for our quarterfinal matches for today's final.
You know, it might help if I put the scoreboard.
That's what I was looking at before. I'm looking and I'm like,
Yes.
are they supposed to be there or is it?
They are now there.
Okay.
All
For
right.
your viewers,
I'm
you know
gonna
what the
let
score is.
I'm gonna let you call most of the action because I'm gonna keep an eye on the feed to make sure it kind of stays somewhat up. We'll have to get somebody else here to also
it's
help.
spinning on the bottom.
Yes, I know it is spinning on the bottom. I'll be watching this thing up here. As long as that stays green, we're good.
Daniel up. Gets the light mixer. Looks like is he throwing that paradox?
I was gonna say that looks like the paradox step. Somebody else used to throw that ball.
I don't know. It's a pretty ball at least. Anthony comes in a little high, leaves himself a 6-7-10 split. Might be opening the match with an open, but it's early. See, Zach got a gutter. Oh, he got another gutter, but that's okay. See if he can make that second ball his first ball next time.
Gene Blair is playing a little on the inside. He's not playing right down the gutter.
Not extreme inside.
No. It is very flat on the inside. 10-10, completely flat. At only 9 units, though. So not a lot of oil on the inside.
Oh, looks like he had some foot issues, but he gets a nice break. Crossing over, getting strike. Anthony comes back with a nice shot. 10 back.
So anyway, as always, fans, our message board is live and operational. Feel free to chime in. Obviously, I know the stream isn't the best today. Let me know where you're watching from. Any comments, any questions? If you want to give me any predictions on the Super Bowl or what episodes of Law and Order SVU is going to be on when I get home, feel free.
Gene gets the double. Looks like he got that one a little wider of what he was aiming, but he still got to get the ball back. Jonathan with a nice strike. Brian got his 10 pin this time.
Oh boy. Nice job. On a double.
It's a good count.
That's excellent count. Now he's got to reset the lane.
Wow, he threw it in a gutter and he got 2.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Reset it.
Anthony comes in high, leaves himself a 6. On a handicap side, Zach got an 8 count. The miss spare. Sarah with a nice strike there. She opens with spare strike. Bethany opened her first frame. See what she does here. There's a good strike for Bethany.
Yes, he does.
Nathan with a double. Sarah gets another strike. Brian gets a snowplow, as I like to call them. Hey, they didn't say it had to be pretty, as long as they all went down.
As long as there's that X up there.
There's plenty of times out on tour where it was tough to strike, and it's like, it doesn't matter. Everybody's like, I don't care if they fall down, as long as they fall down.
Absolutely. By the way, congratulations on shooting 803 yesterday.
Oh, thank you. At least threw the ball good for 3 games.
Yeah, we don't need to talk about the other 3.
Some technical issues. Mechanical. Gene gets that one a little wide. Don't know if he got all of that one. You say wash out. There's a better shot from Brian.
So let's see here. Scores after 4 in the scratch 3 versus 6. Anthony with a 2-pin lead over Daniel, and Gene with a 18-pin lead over Mr. Kennedy. On the handicap side, they're not quite through 4 frames yet. I will update when they are. I think Anthony's getting lined up.
Looks like he's throwing you. Gene just got 3 off the right, or left. Daniel got 3 off the right. Gene got 3 off the left. Shaking his hand, I'm guessing that stuck on his thumb of some sort. Jonathan crosses over, leaves a 3-6-9.
Okay, let's see here. Let's update the scores on the handicap side. Jonathan. That doesn't seem right. Does he have the handicap in for both bowlers?
Yes, he does.
Oh, okay. All right. So Jonathan with a 5-pin lead over Zach, and Bethany with a 19-pin lead over Sarah.
Oh. That 9-pin was mean.
By the way, as in all of our majors, we are bowling on the PJBT gold pins today.
Misses his 6-10. He's still looking for his first spare, but he's hanging in there. Brian picks up his spare. Daniel misses his 10-pin by a lot. Bethany up. Anthony comes in a little high, 6-pin.
We've been watching Anthony bowl for a number of years now. He is very smooth.
Yes.
He comes from good stock, as we will say. His father won a few tournaments in his day. Anthony is currently on Junior Team USA along with his sister.
He's in good hands.
And he's not even with Allstate. By the way, do you have another Milky Way?
I do not. Brian, strike. He takes the, wait, they're actually tied right now with Gene. Gene has yet to bowl his 6th frame. Ooh, have to set the 6-pin back up on 6. Zach gets 1 from his spare. He has a 119 in his 6th frame with his handicap.
Assuming Anthony makes this, he will pull out to a 23-pin lead.
Jonathan comes in high, leaves the 3-6-10. Gene gets back on the strike train. Jonathan misses his 3-6-10. He's got 133 in his 6th frame.
With seed remaining after.
Jonathan misses the head pin to the left. Leaves himself a tricky spare. Sarah, it's an open in her frame. She has 121 in the sixth. Bethany has 146 in the sixth with their handicaps. Jonathan picks up that spare. Daniel leaves 310. It's a little high. Brian picks up his spare. Zach looking to add on to his strike. Oh, 10 pin. Gene gets that one wide again, leaving the washout. Zach making his 10 pin.
That keeps him in the match.
It does.
Gene misses his washout in the ninth, so he has, actually that's the eighth, he has 152. He's still, actually he now trails Brian Kennedy by 2.
Sarah comes in high. Leaves a 610. She's looking to pick up that spare. She is currently behind Bethany by about 30 pins. Jonathan crosses, leaves a 1-3-6. Oh, Sarah chops that spare. It's never a good feeling to chop a 610.
I don't know. I wouldn't know.
You never chopped a 610?
I don't remember. Maybe once or twice, maybe. A night.
Zach with his spare. He now takes the lead.
Yeah.
There you go.
How is she going to get down here first?
She'll have Scott drive her down to something. Yeah, read the message. It's a screenshot.
I like that one better. Watch that, make sure it doesn't go red.
Gene misses his spare. He's got 161 in the 9th frame. Sarah picks up her spare. Zach finishes his game with 172. Jonathan is in a must-mark situation in this frame. And he leaves a split. Jonathan must pick this up to have a chance to move on. Brian gives it right back to Jean. It is now a 2-pin match.
Is that a 147?
It is.
That's not my kid. You're my kid.
Jonathan must make this spare. He gets one.
Wow. Zachary comes back and beats him.
Bethany gets one. She shoots 188. She will move on. So
Unless if Sarah strikes out.
Sarah can only add 40, right?
No.
She's on a spare.
She could finish with 160. Isn't she getting 28 pins? Yes. So she could tie.
I don't know these scoring systems.
Yes.
Brian is on the ground. He's rolling.
And Sarah doesn't get the first, so it's now mute. So by the way, ladies and gentlemen, the scratch and handicap pairs will flip for the next game. Looking at some of the scores, you might have think that the handicap division was on the left in this game. Yes, I went there.
Sarah finishes with 165 with her handicap. Brian picks up his spare. Crosses over, leaves a 5-pin.
Well, by the way, let me take this time to say that my child missed a 5-pin today. I did say the first time I saw one, I would say that on the live stream. Yes, he missed a 5-pin. Dumbass, that's right.
Gene picked up his 5-pin.
He did not miss a 5-pin. So he's still going to need 8 to win. So he shot less than 8 on 3 of his 10 frames, so it's not necessarily a gimme. And he went Jersey. And Kennedy's a little animated in a fun way. In a fun way. So that means Gene will be moving on to bowl Michael Martell, and Anthony will be bowling Tom Hankey. Zach was the higher seed on the handicap side, so he'll be moving on to bowl Morgan. And Bethany will move on.
Cardboard.
Sort of, kind of. Do we have to go to Matt? Can't we just skip him and just go right to the next match?
Oh, we need to give out awards.
Ah, go ahead.
Okay, bowling fans, time to give out our awards for the quarterfinals of today's tournament. Finishing in 6th in the scratch division, getting a $75 scholarship, goes to Daniel Allhouse. And our 5th place finisher, getting a
His ball- his dum-dums.
scholarship.
Probably.
And an award
Looks
goes
it.
to Brian Kennedy.
It's drilled a little bit differently than when you had it.
Just a little bit.
Yours was pinned down.
It was?
Yes, because remember you gave him the one that had the
Our
least
6th
number of
place
games on
finisher
it.
getting a $75 scholarship.
Not according to this drilling.
And that might not be his.
As I say, it's, I don't know.
I don't remember him having an orange thumb slug, but maybe he does. I don't know.
And our 5th place
What do I know?
finisher in the handicap division, getting a $75 scholarship, certificate and award goes to Sarah Fedical. Okay, both sides. We have the 3 and 4 seeds advancing, so it's one.
Nice gutter on a double.
What
Nice
is wrong
3
with
count.
your hand? That one's not any better.
Sorry, this place isn't exactly.
All right, so in 2 weeks we're at Midway, out in Carlisle, not Bloomsburg like Matthews seems to think it is. What? You're bowling with Josh. Mr. I could bowl really good on wood and nothing else.
Mr. Urethane.
And you are bowling with your brother.
That's right.
Again. Hey, I just shot 140. Hey, we didn't even beat my doubles. 152.
And then after that, we traverse to the other side, and we go to Town and Country in Bethlehem. So, see you, son. I'm going to text you every 2 days. Don't laugh because you don't know what I'm going to say to him. In fact, I will send him a text and I will show you what I'm going to say to him. I'm going to say the same thing to him every 2 days. And there's a story behind it. All right, so anyway,
Okay.
those are our next 3 PJBTs. Next week there's a Buddy's Pro Shop event at Heaster's, I believe. So
Yes, on Sunday.
it will be Josh and I down at East Lincoln. Goodbye, Haley. Have a good week. We'll see you the next time. So, Brittany, give me a prediction on today's game.
Well,
I mean, your unbiased prediction.
how can I be unbiased? I can't. But here's my take. We lost our all-star left tackle. We lost one of our best linebackers. We lost one of our corners for first how many games? We lose Darren Sproles. And then we lose Carson Wentz.
That's a lot of losses.
Yes. And yet we are still in the Super Bowl. That is just a win in my book.
Oh, that's horrible. That you're starting to make excuses for when they lose. That's what that sounded like. You can't say,
Super Bowl,
"Hey, my
World
That's it.
Championship,
So,
whatever you want to call
give me
it.
a score prediction.
I think it's going to be 4 points or less. Difference in score.
Mhm.
I think it's going to be close. I think the Eagles are going to squeak one out.
So
Defense,
Eagles by 4, huh?
I say, whether it's 4, 3, 2, or 1, I think it's just going to be in that range.
Okay.
I think I wrote on the sheet 27, 26 or something like that. You know,
Okay. Well, I
their
tell you
defense.
what. Go ahead, finish your
I
thought.
said their defense has been tops in the league all year round, and
Mhm.
both teams they've faced in the playoffs, they have shut them down. So
That they have.
now
There
we're
is
at home. Now we're at neutral. We're at neutral setting,
Yes.
but
Yes.
Defense will keep us in the game.
There is an interesting stat in the game, and for those of you that may want to place a shekel or two, the Eagles are presently a 4 to 4.5 point underdog. They open at 5. Teams that are an underdog by less than 6, which the Eagles fit, if they've covered the game, they've won the game straight up. Never has a team.
So they've never just lost and covered. They just won outright.
Right. If you're an underdog by less than 6 and you covered, it's because you won the game straight up. So that bodes well for Eagles. I do not like either team. Hence me watching Law & Order, SVU. But I'm sure I'll tune in. And only because I know you're a diehard Eagles fan, I will root for them for you.
I appreciate that.
And because you gave me a piece of Milky Way earlier. Yes, that is the only reason. She fed the fat guy. Go ahead, Matthew.
Okay, bowling fans, time for our semifinals. We have 1 versus 4 and 2 versus 3 on both sides. On the handicap side, number 1 seed, Raymond Lee. Joe.
Yeah, Joe.
Joe.
I'll get it right eventually. Raymond Joe taking on number 4 seed, Bethany Jaquith. The other match, number 2 seed, Morgan Klein, taking on number 3 seed, Zachary Malinowski. Okay? On the stretch side, number 1 seed, Michael Martell, taking on number 4 seed, Gene Blair. And number 2 seed, Tom Hankey, taking on number 3 seed, Anthony Nye. Winners will advance to bowl each other for the title. Let's have a nice hand for our semifinals.
All right, off we go to the semifinals. I said there's a story behind that. I'll have to explain it to you.
Okay.
Obviously, I was not referring to you.
A good first shot from Ben. Michael throws a good shot, but leaves a 7. Looks to pick up his spare. Michael bowling collegiately at Robert Morris in Illinois.
Also a member of Team USA.
That's
Team
correct.
Junior USA.
He shot 300 out at Team USA trials in January, this past January.
I have a request to give a shout out to Bethany's granddad. I would have said it a little better, but there was no transfer of funds or a candy bar.
I say he's in a police cruiser? Is that what I overheard?
Yeah, yes, I believe that. Yes, they come from a family of law enforcement officers. Through the Jaquiths. Martell makes his spare. Gene Blair misses his split. By the way, I'm just hoping for a tie game at the half. That's all I want. After that, I don't care who wins. Except for your sake, I want the Eagles to win.
Okay, we have one of those Super Bowl blocks. And my block, my final...
Thank you. Thank you.
My final 2 numbers are 1 and 0 in favor of the Eagles. So I said, hey, I can have a 21-20.
What do you mean in favor of the Eagles?
The Eagles had the 1 and the Patriots were 0. So if its final score is 21-20 Eagles,
yeah,
I win my Super Bowl block.
Okay. But
And
if
I
the
win.
score is 20-11 Patriots, you still win the Super Bowl block.
I know, that's thinking positive.
You just don't want to think that way, yes.
Positive thinking.
My kid just handed me money. Who do you want me to give a shout out to?
Anthony. Ball is slides.
How about we give a shout out
Mrs.
to your mother?
Edpin.
Which one?
Your actual one. I'm sure. Hell no.
Bethany gets a double.
Yes. Well, you started with a double.
A handicap division off to a strong start here.
Yes, it is. What?
We got a double. We got a spare strike and a spare strike. Zach up now. Leaves a washout. Gene leaves another 5-pin.
Let me remind you once again, my kid missed one today in qualifying.
Bethany up looking to capitalize on her double. He's trying to lean it. And she gets it.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Matthew, let me see the cards. Do you have the cards? Thank you.
Tom comes in light, leaves a 2-8.
Just so we know, in the handicap division, Bethany is receiving 26 pins from Raymond. And Zach is receiving 34 pins from Morgan.
Anthony left a 7-pin. I have a ball stuck. Never mind. Look at this. These kids are no match for these gold pins. Zach leaves a 5-pin.
Well, thank you, Colby, for that story. He says he missed a 5-pin out of junior gold in front of the Robert Morris coach.
Anthony picks up his spare.
I like telling the story of the last time I missed a 5-pin. When's your birthday, May what?
7th.
So you weren't even 3 yet. May the 3rd, 1993 was the last time I missed a 5-pin.
I like how you remember that.
Do you want to know?
Bethany makes her spare.
Would you like to know why I remember that?
Did you lose like $500 because you
No.
missed a 5-pin?
Nope. Nope. I shot 801.
Oh, well, you shot 800.
That was my first 800, and I missed a 5-pin.
Michael did not like that one off his hand. Leaves a 2-7. Gene chops his spare.
They're cheering for us, Brittany.
Oh, that's a good shot from Zach.
You know, this is what we get every week. The handicap division, there's always a lot of emotion from the parents, and I love it.
Michael
That is what
chops
happens
his
when
spare.
everybody likes the guy commentating. That's right.
Good shot from Gene. Gets his first strike of the match.
I kind of like it when we have these days where jeepers, where the scratch.
Did you say jeepers?
Jeepers.
You shouldn't say jinkies.
No. Scooby-Dooby-Doo. Where the scratch has to move to the handicap because it's always interesting to see how they deal with the pattern that the handicap kids pushed around. Maybe Bethany would like to show my kid how to make 5-pins. Yes, the handicap people are kicking the butts out of the scratch people. That's what we love. Except for Anthony. Anthony's in fuego.
Hanky missed a little right. Probably was only a little.
Scratch side.
Raymond gets a strike. Anthony trips 6-pin. He gets a turkey.
Yes. He has about a 34-pin lead on Tom. uncharacteristic open for Michael Martell. So Bethany's mom writes, Bethany's mom is going to need a double. I'm assuming she needs scotch.
That was quick. He must have been standing there. As soon as he
Yes.
said add to 6, he was like right there.
Yes.
Lane 6 does not like the 6 pin.
Nope. He's definitely adjusting something now. Michael Martell with 2 opens in the first 5 frames. Very un-Martellish. Now that was Martellish.
He's
10
got the
back.
right lane figured out.
Yes. What an astute observation.
I think he
We
picks
haven't-
up his spare.
We have a new subscriber, but that's a very long name. I can't read that. That's about 40-some letters long. Not even
Bethany
gonna
misses a
try.
little right. Jean misses a little right. Bethany with her first open. Need a score change. All of Tom's pins fell down.
That's a first. All of your pins fell down.
With 1 ball.
That's even more impressive.
Zach picks up his spare. That's his first strike of the match. Oh my God, that was graceful.
Let's never see that again.
Bethany just misses her spare. She has 229, the handicap. Oh,
What a nice shot that was.
that was. Anthony just stuffs the ball into the pocket. I'll fall down.
He has a roughly 45-pin lead on Tom.
Oh, Raymond just missing that spare. Ah,
Well, look
Zach.
who's joining us.
who's that guy?
My ride just showed up. There's a limo sitting right outside the front door.
I figured you would be in Minneapolis today.
Well,
What are you doing? We've been bouncing between 25 and 35.
I was going to go out to Minnesota tonight, but I didn't want to show up Chris Collinsworth, so.
That's not very hard to do.
Well,
Here's a guy.
here's a guy. Michael Martell up on lane 7. Here's a guy who really knows how to throw a bowling ball.
He's still struggling on that left lane,
Yes, here's a guy who can't figure out the left lane.
but he is not out of his match.
Nope.
Raymond picks up his spare.
Luckily, he has the right lane figured out because he is leading the match.
Anthony continues to strike.
Good spare there for Morgan.
Another clean frame for Morgan.
Give Morgan about a 7-pin lead. Martel now up on 7.
That dude is the popular pin.
Now would be a good time to remind everybody once again that my child missed a 5-pin today.
Perhaps we should let him learn from the 8-year-olds how
Yes.
to make that.
Absolutely.
Tom is in a must-strike situation to have any kind of chance. See?
Bethany made her 5-pin. And Morgan made hers too.
That she did. By the way, Carrie Smith, if you are watching, thank you for the picture of pizza boxes. Appreciate that. I will be dining on cheesesteaks tonight.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Nope. Especially from Tosco's. They make a good cheesesteak with extra provolone cheese. Shout out to Tosco's.
Where is Tosco's?
Between Wernersville and Robizonia. And now you're going to ask me, where's Wernersville and Robizonia?
I used to go to the sandwich shop there behind Freddie Fisher. I don't. Was that Amato's?
At one time, I believe. I don't know if it still is.
15 years ago. I think that's one of those that has changed hands 3 or 4 times.
Well, it's back to what do you call it? A&M.
Okay, it might. You know what? It might have been A&M the last time I was there too.
Yes, and then it changed hands about 26 times, and now it's back to A&M. And A&M does really good business there. Nobody else did. A&M makes a really good pizza. That's
It's all in the name.
A&M is very popular up in the Lebanon County area. So let's see where we're at.
Can't see the right
Let's
lane.
see here. How many pins does the technician have?
6.
6. That's about right.
Michael looking to continue striking on the right lane. And he does. I don't think he liked it very much,
Why
but they
did
all
you-
went down.
Don't even make him bold. Just give him the strike.
So will you be texting me updates
What?
on the game?
Maybe.
I could text you updates on Law and Order.
You tell me which episode it is.
Yes.
Hopefully it's one with Stabler.
Yes, I was
there-
just going to say that.
There is nothing wrong with spending the night with Benson and Stabler.
Absolutely. So let's see. Bethany finished with 253 with her handicap. Thank you for that bit of trivia.
Our defending champion in the scratch division was Brian Kennedy, knocked out in the last match.
Anthony picks up his 7-pin. Zach shoots 220 with his handicap.
Gene Blair with a triple. He currently has a 2-pin lead over Martel. And Anthony Nyer with a 55-pin lead over Tom Henke. That's something you don't hear every day, that Henke is down 55 in a match.
Let's see what adjustment Michael makes here on 7.
Looked like he either stuck or slipped a little bit there.
He got it to the pocket that time. He's been,
That he did.
I think he's been high the last few frames on that lane.
All right, Morgan with her first open in the match, but she has a 237 to 220 victory over Zach. That is with their handicap. And as I said, girl power in the finals. We turn our attention over to the scratch match. Martel makes his 7 pick. Down by 12.
Michael's in a little bit of trouble.
Yes, he is.
At least one good thing is, though, he is going to finish on his good lane.
Yep. And Tom's match is over. Anthony will be moving on to the finals. So Martel could still strike out for 186. That will force Gene to mark in the 10th. So let's see what Gene could do in the 10th to knock out number 1 seed Michael Martel. And he does.
Gene Blair and Anthony Nye are in the finals.
Yeah. I believe they were the 3 and 4 seeds. I believe Gene was the 4 seed.
Yes.
I know Anthony was the 3. Bethany was the 4 seed in the handicap, and Morgan is the 2 seed. $185 for Mr. Martel. And in the other match, as I said, Anthony Nyer has already shut out Tom Hankey. Joining me in the moment for the broadcast booth, we have the gentleman that missed a 5-pin today, who also threw a gutter on the live stream and shot less than 150 on the live stream. Very good.
Hey, you forgot about the 3 off the right.
And the 3 off the right. Very good. So why don't you tell? Obviously, this was the hardest oil pattern we bowled on so far this year.
Debatable. The Christmas tournament was also really hard.
You're right.
That was flat, but this one was, I'd say, touchier.
Okay.
Not as hard, maybe, as the Christmas one, but definitely touchier. Maybe that was the center. That could be the center. I've never really played the gutter here.
Hold on a second. Josh, you're kind of like right in the way. We do like the way the back of your head looks, but
yeah, that guy was money.
And the spare shot in the 3rd.
Hey, I had a triple. I had 3 strikes and 3 frames. And then it went downhill from there.
All right, Anthony Nyer with a 238 to 192 victory over Tom Hankey. So the number 1 and number 2 seeds are gone. So after we give out awards, we will talk about the pattern.
That concludes our semifinals, finishing in 4th in the scratch division, getting a $125 scholarship certificate and award goes to Tom Hankey. finisher in the scratch division, getting a $125 scholarship, certificate, and award goes to Michael Martell.
Okay, Michael Martell, Tom Hankey getting their awards for their 3rd and 4th place finish.
On the handicap side, our 4th place finisher getting a $125 scholarship, certificate, and award goes to Zachary Malinowski. And our 3rd place finisher in this handicap division, getting a $125 scholarship, certificate, and award goes to Raymond Joe.
All right, Raymond Joe and Zachary Malinowski getting their 3rd and 4th place awards. I believe you only shot 1 game over 200.
3.
Oh yeah, I did not watch your match play game, so I didn't know that.
I had 2 at match play that were over 200, but in qualifying I had 1 game over 200.
And the interesting thing was when you changed that ball in your fill shot of the game before, you stoned an 8, and I had turned to Brittany because she was getting scores on your pair. I had said, that's not going to work, that ball. And then you stoned an 8, and then you shot 234 the next game. So obviously I have no clue what I'm talking about, as usual.
Yeah.
Thank you for agreeing.
I mean, basically this, when I mean touchy, like in the finals pair, I was worried about it because in practice I rung 2 10-pins. I was just worried about 10-pinning. Then I'd 10-pin, make a little adjustment, you know, like a 1 and 1 in, and then it would 3-10. Like, I didn't really know where to go. I didn't really want to move in, so I tried to just kind of throw it better out there, and then I throw it good, 10-pin. Throw it good, 10-pin.
What made you go with your 2-inch paradox? 2-inch meaning pin to pap.
When I was thinking about it, I'm like, all right, that ball's really rolly. And I'm like, it's definitely going to get through the heads, even though the heads are fresh. But it's going to not really read that. And then if I throw it pretty good, it should have a great angle going in because with the 2-inch, it's going to get down and then go.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still going to read kind of the mid lane and then kind of go. And it was good if I could carry. I mean, I started the day with urethane. I had to point that. I didn't really want to do that on this. And I was thinking maybe throwing my nitro, but I didn't think that'd be enough ball. So I just tried something else. And it was okay, not really. I shot 140.
Pattern sucks.
We get it.
Go ahead, Matthew.
Okay, bowling fans, time to introduce our finalists on the scratch side. Number 3 seed, Anthony Nyer, taking on number 4 seed, Gene Blair. Anthony has elected to have Gene start the match on lane 5. On the handicap side, we have number 2 seed, Morgan Klein, taking on number 4 seed, Bethany Jakewith. Morgan has elected to start the match on lane 7. And the difference in handicap is 35 to Bethany for the title match. Bowling fans, let's give a nice hand for our title matches.
Bethany comes in light. She leaves the 1, 2, 4, 8. Anthony gets his 2. And she makes her spare. Little Miss Diva. Better shot there by Nyer.
Slightly.
Nauer. Is it Nyer? Nauer?
Nyer.
That's what I said the first time.
I think. Could be Manuel Neuer. Could be Neuer. I think they're spelled the same, actually.
Oh, Bethany definitely hung on to that ball a little bit, but she still managed to get 7 out of it. Let's see what Gene could do. Frame number 2. He wash up.
That's a 210.
Oh, I thought he left the head pin. That's a 210 split.
Washout. I think you prefer a washout.
Yes, he would.
Might be a little easier.
I am seated right behind lane 6, so it's a little hard for me to see what they leave. And good try for Gene.
Actually, thought he made that.
Mama Jaquith reminds us that Bethany's first win ever was against Gene Blair when Gene was in the handicap division.
I don't even remember that.
Well, I wouldn't think you would. Good spare there by Morgan. So every bowler at least has one open through 2 frames.
That's not a good thing.
Okay, at least every bowler has one mark.
That's
through
a better
2 frames.
thing.
Ringing 7 by Anthony. Once again, member of Junior Team USA.
Yeah.
Joey Chufo in attendance today. Haven't seen him for a while. Yeah. Well, we hope to see you a little more now. Yeah.
Good spare for Anthony. Picks up to 7. He's up by 2 after 3 frames.
Let's see what Morgan can do. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, I never thought that this would actually work. Morgan gets 3, but I'm surprised how each and every week people ask me, when are we getting the PA Fat shirts? I did contact a lady this week who is designing me 2 designs.
Oh. I thought that was 0.
It'll just be the normal PA Fats design, and for the ladies, it'll say, I'm a Fats girl. Bethany with a strike. And of course, all the proceeds, all the profits from selling those shirts will either go to the Pennsylvania Junior Bowlers Tour, or if Matthew will not name a tournament the Fatstacular, then I will have to run a tournament on my own called the Fatstacular, and all the profits will go into that prize fund.
We're not bowling on the Fats pattern.
Yes, we would bowl on the Fats pattern.
I don't want to throw it just like I had to on this pattern.
Well, it wouldn't be in this house.
It's not?
It's not what?
It's not that hard.
No,
For
it's
you.
not that hard. It actually isn't that hard.
That's the issue.
The Fats pattern is an interesting pattern.
Well, we made it on the way back from Buddies.
We started it, and Tom helped us finish it. And for those of you that know what a lane graph looks like, try to imagine a lane graph with a fat guy.
And a very short head.
And a very short head.
He has a very short, square head.
And a very fat stomach.
And fat feet.
Hence the Fats pattern. And Anthony,
Okay.
have a safe trip back. We'll see you at Clearview.
Yeah, for triples.
And Morgan leaves the strike zone, 9-10 hit.
I've left a flush 9-10 there.
Anthony does not make the 2-7.
Just think about that. A flush 9-10.
Yes. Yes.
So I heard there was 2 people on the stream yesterday, me and Aunt Roz.
For a little bit, you and your crazy Aunt Roz were commenting on the stream. We had bonus coverage of the Kegel Pro Shop Adult Junior Tournament from Strike Zone up in Pottsville. Good spare there by Morgan.
Looks thrilled.
You can go back and check out that stream yesterday. The number, I won't say who won.
I couldn't even tell you who won.
Gene crosses over, leaves the 5-9.
It's better than the 3 he got.
Yes, it is.
I thought that was really funny. I got 3 off the right, he got 3 off the left.
Yes.
I didn't know we were on the handicap final. That's what I said. I just started laughing. I'm like, oh my God.
Well, when the handicap bowlers came, Let's see what Bethany could do. She's trying to make a difficult spare, and she gets
3.
3. So she has 94 with an open in the 5th.
That's left.
Presently with a 31-pin lead over Morgan.
Jean leaves the 3 and 9. That's not going to be any easy.
No, it's not. Not on this pattern, for sure.
It's already not the easiest spare, but definitely on this pattern.
Let's see what Bethany can do. She is up frame number 6. She leaves the 4, 7, 10.
That's got to
and
push.
Jean
Gets
does
1.
not. So, battle of attrition here on the scratch side. Once again, we put the handicap bowlers over here. They would be well above 200. Jean coming back to us. Looks like he may have a little shoe issue. You know, I've been seeing a lot of that lately, kiddo. Lots of problems with people's shoes. The bottoms of them breaking.
Mine are okay.
Well, yours are still relatively new.
Yeah, you're right.
Somebody had that problem yesterday up at
Oh,
Strike
boy.
Zone.
1, 3, 6 for Anthony. Where was this when I bowled him? I would have been a little closer.
Yeah, he still would have beat you.
Maybe I would have tried a little bit more towards the end.
Anthony converts to spare.
I mean, I was trying, but man, I don't know what to do. What would you have done?
Punted.
Punted?
Punted.
You just punted the ball down
Drop
there?
back and punt.
The 3rd down punt?
Let's see what Morgan can do. She's trying to pick up the 1, 3, 6, 8, 10, and she gets 4. All right, so they're through 6, and
Sit.
Bethany with a 36-pin lead.
Anthony leaves a 6-pin. If he makes it, he'll have a 1-pin lead.
Hi, Lynn. This is the
PJBT
pattern
number 10.
Number 7.
It says 10.
Well, but it's number 7.
It's 10.
For all of our majors, Lynn, we have specially made patterns by Kegel.
This one's hard. Don't bowl on it. And if you're going to bowl on it, don't bowl on it here. It's hard here.
It played difficult, for sure.
A place where the gutter hooks more, it might play a little bit better, but not this place.
Well, you were the low qualifier to make it to the finals, and you were minus 22. How many times is the scratch minus to make the finals?
Never. Maybe 1 or 2 other times. I mean, I've seen it at like plus 20.
Yes.
Like that's kind of common on some of this harder stuff, but I've never really seen it minus.
And with this spare,
it is 1-pin match.
1-pin match. Anthony with the stick lead through 8. Over here on the handicap side, Bethany is up in the 7th.
Got lucky. The cut actually dropped 9 in the last game. It was 13 and I was 22. So it dropped. Actually, that's rare. That's more rare.
Yes.
Dropping in match play.
Yes.
There was 3 200s the last game, and 2 of them were by the top guys.
And you were the 3rd.
Yeah. Well, I was 3rd high, but like Martel had a 200, and the guy that finished 7th did, but he didn't have a high enough 200. He needed 230 to beat me. High 230s.
All right, so Anthony with a foundation frame strike.
He's only going to need a mark. Good mark.
He's going to need a mark.
Mark in 6.
A mark in 8. Mark in 6. A mark in 6. Very good.
Good job, math.
Yes. Yes.
I didn't know you went to Kaiser Weiser, too. I realize my math isn't great, but I did get an A.
Oh. Very lucky that stayed.
The everyday 1, 3, 5, 8. I bet you he shoots this every day. Should be an easy spare. Actually, you just hit the pocket. You should make it.
You know what? Before he shoots up at strike zone yesterday, I saw the 2, 7, 8, and 8, 10 left.
That's hot. Yeah.
And he makes a spare.
Just try not to do that, Anthony.
Yes. Well, if he did that, that will be enough.
Barely.
Yes.
Try not to put it in the gutter, and you'll win.
Let's see if he'll just throw this ball straight. Straight and hard.
I'd probably not. Doesn't look like he is.
Let's see what Morgan's doing over here. Morgan, is that a 2-pin? My angle is a little deceiving.
That's better.
And there's your winner.
173. Ooh,
Hey, sometimes.
this pair's bad. There is what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 strikes so far. Still 5. 5 whole strikes.
And Anthony still would have beat you by 2 marks.
Did I ask you?
Let's see what Morgan could do in her foundation frame 9th. She leaves the 2-4-5.
Gene picks up his 10 pin. Not that it mattered.
So Gene's going to finish in the 150s, which is still higher than your game.
Did I ask you?
Actually, he's not going to because he just threw it
He
in the
still
gutter.
beat me. It's at 148.
All right, 173-148 victory for Anthony Nyer.
All right. I'll leave you be.
Well, let's finish this handicap
Okay.
match quick.
Wheel.
Morgan makes her spare.
That hooked more than my ball. What do we got here? We got a...
So what opens here, she could still shut out. No.
All right. So she's going to need a double in 7.
Yes. Hence the 4-pin lead.
Good job.
I got that one right.
It's close.
And she goes Jersey and gets 6. So that opens the door for Morgan to slide right on through and win the title.
Fun fact, this is like the 4th straight final I made.
Yes, it is.
Fun fact.
Fun fact, you only won 1.
Did I ask you? I got 2nd.
Let's see if Bethany can pick up her spare. She's shooting the 1, 3, 6, 9.
I've actually finished in a different place every time.
That's interesting.
First. Oh, that's not good.
She gets none. All right, so 133. That's still going to force Morgan to mark in the 10th.
Yeah, it is. Because if she were to go 9 miss, she'd shoot 132.
I wonder if she knows it. She would, yes, shoot 131.
No, 131.
Yes.
My bad. Good math.
And she is,
Ooh.
leaves the 6-10. All right.
Spare in a couple.
Spare basically gives her the championship.
Spare in 3.
Although I don't want to Eddie Mush her. Anything could happen.
Spare in 3.
Switches to a spare ball.
The least she got
She
is
uses
5.
a removable thumb. And
No.
she does not make it. That gives Bethany Jaquith your title with a 133-129 victory. That's back-to-back titles for Bethany at this tournament. And plus, she gets interviewed by me.
If anybody wants to know, I gave her a thumbs up for winning this tournament, but then interviewing a thumbs down. Not good.
We're going to have very quick interviews today
Why?
because it's 5 to 6. People want to get home for the game.
People are already home for the game.
Not us. Not that I'm watching the game much.
I watch the commercials because those are fun.
All right, so as soon as the awards are handed out, we are going to slide this table backwards so we have enough room for the camera. Let's get rid of these.
Okay.
Morgan Klein getting
Now for
$250 for her
champions
second
in the
place.
scratch division, receiving a $500 scholarship certificate in the first place class bowling pin for a major title goes to Anthony Nyer.
Anthony Nyer, your $500 first place finisher today. And the glass bowling pin.
And our winner in the handicap division, receiving a $500 scholarship certificate in the first place class bowling pin for a major title goes to Bethany Jake.
And Bethany Jake with $500 for the handicap division. All right, I'm going to set up for interviews. I got to slide the table back so we can fit the camera. I will be right back. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. While they're taking pictures, let me once again remind you, next week we are at East Lincoln Lanes between Lancaster and York. That is a 10:30 start time. The week after, we are at Midway for an adult junior. And the week after that, we are at Town and Country in Bethlehem. Those are our 3 upcoming tournaments. All right, we're going to have Anthony back here. I know we can't keep Anthony too long because where he's at, there is 6 inches of snow. All right, we are here with Junior Team USA member Anthony Nyer. Congratulations on your win, $500.
Thank you.
Pretty tough shot out there today.
Yeah, very tough.
Well, you basically do the same thing on every pattern to attack it. It just kind of depends on what bowling ball you're going to throw. What was your primary ball today?
Through the booyah, because it was urethane and I could keep it in front of me, shape it more.
And how old is that bowling ball? I don't think I've ever heard of that one.
That ball's not that old. It's
Okay.
900 globals.
Oh, all right. All right. Okay. So, what did you do for qualifying? Where were you at? What position?
I was right around middle of the pack most day. But when I was bowling, I noticed me and Michael Martel, he's on junior team, so we worked together to get lined up and everything.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to ask you more about than anything. Tell us and everybody who's watching what it's like to be on Junior Team USA.
It's fun because now we have
For regionals, you had to have emergency surgery.
Yep, I had to get my appendix removed.
Yes, yes. All right, we won't keep you because I know you have to get home with all that snow up there.
Yep.
You could tell everybody where you live because it's far away.
Yeah, I live in Lewisburg, Pennsylvania.
Yes, that's about, 2.5, 3 hours from here on a normal.
It's about 2 hours,
Yeah.
but with snow, probably about 2.5 to 3.
At least.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, your Scratch Division champion, Anthony Nyer. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, now where's the little diva? She's waving. Little diva looks a little nervous. I don't know why little diva would be nervous. You look a little nervous. Okay. All right. Let's tip that a little bit. So
Okay.
you won this tournament last year.
I did win this tournament yesterday.
So $500 in your scholarship fund.
That's a lot of money.
That is a lot of money. You're going to have your first year of college almost paid off very shortly.
You're right.
Yes. So how did you attack this very difficult pattern today? Your semifinal match, you bowled awesome.
Really, I stayed on balance. Shout out to my coach Moss.
Yes.
He really helped me today.
Mm-hmm.
If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't really be here.
Okay. What equipment were you throwing?
I was throwing an Ascent 12-pounder.
That's a good ball. Is that the only ball you used today?
For only a couple spares, I used a Tropical Storm.
Okay. And this is your home house, right? This is where you
This
bowl
is my
your
home
Saturday
house.
morning league?
Yep.
What do you average on a Saturday morning?
101.
Boy, she probably averaged higher today on this extremely difficult short pattern that she does in her Saturday morning. That's awesome. Give me a high five there. Second highest game was once. Look at that. Anybody else you want to say thank you to besides Mike? Maybe this lady standing to my right?
My mom, and I have 2 other shout-outs.
Absolutely. Go right ahead.
Shout out to Manheim Township. They really cheered me on today. I wouldn't been that motivated without them today. I would have.
How old is she? 20?
I would just be slumped over, and a lot of them cheered up my mood because.
Good.
And a big shout out to my dad. He's watching from his PlayStation.
Very good. Very good. All right, you got a prediction on tonight's game, or won't you be watching it?
Eagles.
Eagles, huh? Eagles, of course. All right, ladies and gentlemen, not so many people here anymore. Your handicap division champion, second year in a row winning this tournament, banking a lot of funds into her college scholarship. Bethany Jaquith. Thank you, little diva. See you the next time. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is pretty much going to do it. Once again, we will see you next Sunday from East Lincoln Lanes in between Lancaster and York. 10:30 start time. That is a wood bowling center. It is my favorite little bowling center. All right, for the entire crew that was here